Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to episode 8 of A Lot to Say podcast, man.
A lot to say podcast.
We are
rolling,
here.
man.
We are ready to give y'all some more raw, uncut content. And let's do it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's been up with you, man?
Shoot, man. Just grinding, focusing on, my business and fitness wise, staying in the gym, just staying on top of everything. And even if I fall off track, just making sure I collect myself and get right back on. So, just staying on track. That's what's been up, What about you?
Hey, like I said before in episode 7, man, it's been a long time of a period of waiting. All answers have not come to fruition yet, but I am starting to see some things turn around here, and it's just good to be able to finally see what you've been praying and asking God for about. He's starting to turn some things around in your favor.
Definitely.
And that kind of rolls us into first topic, or even just the episode name today. It's called "What Are You Aiming For?" So I don't know if y'all remember, but we certainly do. We started this podcast at the beginning of January 1, 2023. So we thought it would be good to kind of jump back and see what have we done up until this point, and what are some things that we still feel like that we could still accomplish before the end of the year.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna let you go ahead and go. Like, what's one thing that you have done this year? And what's another thing that you feel like you want to accomplish before 24?
That's a real good question, because I've done a lot of stuff this year. A whole lot. And I guess to start with, I say my fitness journey. I really started it back in September. September, when I first moved into my apartment, and I was like, hey, all right, now's the time for me to really lock in and make this change that I always wanted to. So since then, consistently being in there and seeing the results, it's making me proud and very grateful that I am disciplined enough to keep on doing it. 2, I think it happened in the summer of last year, where as far as my business and stuff, I really wanted to monetize my YouTube channel. So not necessarily a 2023 goal, but it all comes together.
Yeah,
regardless.
I've seen, man, you've really been picking up some traction with the YouTube. Man.
Yeah, and then even on top of that, one of my main goals for this year was to get my LLC, and I'm actually in the process of doing that right now. So it's finally here. I finally feel more prepared than anything to actually go through with it now.
And to be able to do it the correct way.
Yes.
That way you don't have to backtrack and lose money along the way.
Exactly. And 2, actually, learning more about what I do in my business had to come first before I just jump right into starting an official business. So, also, along with that came with, I just wanted to have more clients, more, like you said, traction and stuff. And lately, for the past couple of weeks, I've been getting people from California. Of course, I had a dude out Australia, Germany, just people from all over the world hitting me up and saying, hey, let's work. Hey, can you do this for me? Hey, what's your price? Yeah. It excites me because I've been doing this for so long, and it's actually paying off. So it's true. Hard work does pay off.
No, for real.
And it's a lot more that I've been working on and has been happening that I don't have in mind at the moment. But let's go over to you. What's some of those things for you?
Hey, man, I don't know if you guys remember, and check out our first episode if you haven't. One of the few things that I really wanted to get better at this year was creating connections. And not just so long of the lines of connections of friends, but people that I could actually call on and look at you as a brother or a mentor. You know? And recently I was put in a situation where I had to send off character references. And I was able to list off 4 or 5 people that I felt really knew me as a person.
Definitely.
And could attest to my character as, hey, he's this kind of guy. That is what, like I said, that's one thing that I really wanted to get better at this year. And I feel like I've mastered that, of just creating genuine connections with people.
Exactly. Man. And to piggyback off of that, man, you know what I'm saying? Your circle is everything, man.
Yeah.
Your circle is everything. Who you surround yourself with is who you are. You know what I'm saying? You surround yourself with negative people, you're the next negative person.
Yeah.
You surround yourself with positive people, and you know what I'm saying, you're the next positive person. Or let's say rich person. If you surround yourself with a lot of rich people, let's put it that way. Everything is about mindset and how you carry yourself to accomplish these goals that we all set for, ourselves. And one other thing that did come to mind this year was me to finally get my finances in order. Since I've moved down here, it's been a struggle trying to figure out, okay, how do I stack my money up while paying bills and et cetera, et cetera. And there would be times where my money was like super duper low. When your money low, you feeling bad, right? It's gonna put you in a mood regardless. So now, finally this year, it just hit me out of nowhere I figured out a good formula to get me in the groove where I can save money, pay my bills, and still have a lot left over.
Yeah.
So that is a huge accomplishment for me, because pretty much all my life since I've had a job, I've always just spent money just to spend it.
Yeah.
Never had, I'm not gonna say I didn't have any financial education. I was just simply hard-headed.
You just didn't know.
Just hard-headed.
Yeah.
Straight hard-headed. But, all that to say, I'm glad I'm finally maturing, taking my finances seriously and really putting them in order. And one other thing I've wanted to master is sexual discipline. As men, we grow up to, go chase after the woman, go get this, brag about how many women you have.
Attracted by the lust.
Exactly. Lust. Now, I practice
celibacy.
Yeah. We're gonna use that word. So lately I've been practicing that to really just discipline myself and treat women not as objects but as human beings, and actually have conversations with them. And when you get to that point and level of maturity, you don't want to give your energy to just anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm about picking your intellect. What are you about? So
I like the way that you brought this into kind of our next point here. Is a lot of the times when we don't have a plan or we don't have a direction for something, we just jump 100%, full-fledged, and just get completely indulged in something. And either you experience burnout, fatigue, or you just get bored with it. So I'd say one of the few things that we are, we together collectively are learning, because I learn from you just as much as you learn from me.
Man,
we are learning that we have to structure a plan, and even if it's to the lines of checking things off as you go, but just having that structured plan creates just such a better outcome for you.
Of course, organization is key.
Organization, man. That's really what it is. And I know y'all are probably checking and wondering why we got these golf clubs here on set today. We are very visual people here, and I'd like to say I recently went to Topgolf.
Okay.
For the first time.
Wow.
You been to Topgolf before?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
So you know the difference between Topgolf and the driving range, right?
Actually, I haven't been to a driving range.
You haven't been to a driving range?
No.
Okay. So Topgolf, let's just say you go with your friends, you go with your lady, whatever you're doing. There's a big difference between Topgolf and the driving range.
Okay.
For the driving range, you are hitting the ball as hard as possible and as far as possible. There's no specific place for the ball to go. You don't have to hit it in an area where you think is best or for you to track down.
Okay.
You're just hitting it as far as possible, as hard as possible, trying to get your swing right and your mechanics of the whole deal.
Right.
Top golf is very different. And I didn't know that until I went with my cousins and my brother.
And you came in with a plan and stuff.
I'm like, now what? I'm smacking these things, bro.
I already know.
Smacking these things. But it didn't really matter because I didn't know the true objective
of what you were doing
of the game, or we'll just say the activity.
I really like how this is tying in.
No, for sure. And like I said, when you don't know what you're aiming for, you just hitting off a whim and a prayer, man. So it took me the whole experience of going to Topgolf to realize that we're not hitting for distance. We're hitting for a specific target to gain the most amount of points, and whoever has the most amount of points wins. So that's why I say sometimes we get into the issue of fully indulging in things and just going 100% off of what we think we may know, as opposed to actually sitting down and realizing, hey, we should probably either, I don't know, read the rules or kind of figure out or ask somebody where we're supposed to be going with this or what we're supposed to be doing, or even how to go about it.
Man,
that's a lot of the things that me personally,
and like I said, that's a really good analogy. And just to bounce off of that, you have to have drive, hustle, ambition before you do anything. That's your that's the motivation. You know what I'm saying? You got to motivate yourself, inspire yourself, find that inspiration actually, and then from there, learn about your craft. For me, I'm gonna learn about music, the ins and outs, engineering, hip hop, the history of hip hop, and so on and so forth. Then from there I'll go on to apply it to what I do now, and that way it'll make me more efficient in my field.
Do you ever believe that it's not necessarily too late, but a bad timing to find your craft or your niche? Because I still personally feel like I'm still finding it as far as in the working world. Like, I know what my hobbies are. I know what I like to do, but just in something that you have to pick up and do day to day to get paid to be able to, fund your lifestyle.
Yeah.
I think I'm still trying to figure that one out, man. And I know a lot of people that graduated with us or just even around our same age, everybody, if you look and you compare, everybody looks like they got it all together, but that's not really
it's not the case at all, bro.
Social media.
We cannot go based off social media.
You can't, bro. You really can't.
And to answer your question, it don't matter what age you are, because I know, just based off of examples in my field, a lot of, let's say, rappers haven't got famous until in their later years, like 30, 40, and they just now making it. So I would say, it's not based on age or anything like that. I'll put it like this. I just feel like you're not on your time and you on God's timing, bruh. Everything happened for a reason. So you just gotta really go with the flow, but move strategically.
Yeah. And I found this dude on TikTok. Bro, you could find people that do anything on TikTok, bro.
Yep.
It's this guy, he's been doing, selling his baby back ribs.
Wow.
Pork butts and all that from his house.
Yeah.
And at the end of one of his videos, and I just thought it was like, one of the things that really stuck with me, he said, I've been doing this for 3 years. TikTok just found me 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
So it's just all about being patient and continuing to do what you do. Somebody's going to find you, man.
Right.
Somebody is going to find you.
Two, being patient and being consistent. You can be patient all you want, but if you're not putting anything out, no content, so on and so forth, it don't matter how long you've been doing it. So it all connects, that goes back to learning your craft and learning what you need to do to be successful. There's many people in my field that are very successful. So I'm like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it as well.
Yeah.
And if I'm meant to do it, then I'm meant to do it. But I'm not going to stress if I don't get to that level. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to keep moving on this, I'll say, righteous path. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, man, I feel like we really hit it home this week.
Definitely.
We really hit it home this week. And we actually wanted to share another thing with you guys here. we are working on providing not only good content for you guys for season 2, but we also want to start engaging with you guys a lot more. So we've been working with some things behind the scenes here. Stay tuned for the season finale. Season episode 10 of A Lot to Say. Season 1 is going to be special.
Something very special.
Yes, sir. But hey man, we're gonna get our socials and get on out of here. What's up with you, man?
Well, before we do that, I wanted to give one last tip to the young men out there, and these things serve as a reminder to me, and were also on my list of things to do in 2023. So, just to start it off, 10 things as a man that we all should be doing is to always have money, be confident, be consistent, stay positive, be able to control your emotions, build character, take your time. Patience is key. Become financially free and intelligent. Be always eager to learn. And last but not least, live without fear. The best things in life are on the opposite side of fear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. That's a great way to end it, man.
Yes, sir. So take those 10 things and, hey, apply it to your life, man. Apply it to your life. Socials, hey, that's at Randy Music, RAND Music _ on Instagram. And you?
Yes, sir. Podcast page A lot _ 2 say for the podcast. Personal social D._LEWW. Give those a follow if you haven't already. And like I said, stay tuned for the next 2 episodes. We are working here and we are really trying to get something special out for you guys, man. Those that have been rocking with us since day 1, we appreciate you guys, man.
Definitely.
Hey, I'm Darrian.
I'm Randy.
Don't mind us.
We just had a lot to say.